Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Vlogtober. It is Wednesday the 2nd, so I am going to go through the weekly TBR. I'm not going to go through the weekly TBR in every single video because I will be uploading videos every single day. So just like the first video of the week that is a vlog, I will include the weekly TBR. But first, I do have some book mail. Now this is counting towards my October book purchasing because I did buy, or September book purchasing. I bought this in September, but I was out of town over the weekend, so I wasn't here to open the package, so I'm opening it now. And I know it's Wednesday. I'm really sleepy because, as I said, I was out of town, I was in the sun, I got sunburnt on my left side. So I've been taking Benadryl because just when it's really itchy, that's what helps me. So I'm pretty sleepy just because I've been taking Benadryl. I only do that at night, and I think today I'm pretty much in the clear now, but I did get some caffeine because I did not have caffeine for a few days either because I ran out, and today is the day I go to the grocery store, so I will be buying all my groceries, but that is all besides the point. So this is coming to us from Leawood, Kansas. Leawood, not sure. And here's the book that I got. This is The 5 Wounds by Kirsten Valdez Quade. This is Holy Week in the small town of Las Piñas, New Mexico. The 33-year-old unemployed Amado Padilla has been given the part of Jesus in the Good Friday procession. He is preparing furiously for this role when his 15-year-old daughter, Angel, shows up pregnant on his doorstep and disrupts his plans for personal redemption. With weeks to go until her due date, tough, ebullient Angel has fled her mother's house, setting her life on a startling new path. The 5 Wounds is a miraculous debut novel from a writer whose stories have been hailed as legitimate masterpieces by the New York Times. The author conjures characters that will linger long enough after the final page, bringing to life their struggles to parent children they may not be equipped to save. I think I saw this on that article that was books from like each state, and this would be New Mexico, so I, for some reason, did not realize it was a hardback that I ordered, so this is like a really nice copy in good condition. And I'm seeing these chapters are not numbered, but they look short, and y'all know me, I love a short chapter. I love this cover because I love orange. But let's go into the weekly TBR now. So what I start my day with, I should be finishing this week, is volume 0. This is the book of the month short story collection, and I've only really liked one story in here. A lot of these just do nothing for me, so I wouldn't really recommend picking these up. And then let's see over here what I have. So I have been reading a 5-star prediction, but it's reading like a 3-star, and that is Matrix by Lauren Groff. This is about a girl who is somehow related to the Plantagenet family, but is born a bastard. So she gets sent away to this abbey, which is where nuns are, if you're not familiar, to go live the life of a nun. And it's going all through her life of coming from like this nobility, even though she was a bastard. But think of like Jon Snow when he goes to the wall. He was a bastard, but he lived in a castle. His siblings were lords and ladies, and then he's getting sent away to be with like the low of the low. So kind of same premise here, but she's being sent away to live where literally their food is awful, there's sickness everywhere, it's really damp, dark, desolate. It's really gives Gothic vibes, and this is taking place in the 1100s, 1150s, I think is the exact decade that we're in. So if you like the Maurice Druin books, I think you would like this book. Now, I don't think this is as good as those, but if you like that atmosphere and setting, then you might like this one, because the atmosphere is great in this, the writing is great in this, but the character work is where it is falling flat, and then it's just lacking a lot of clarity. And then my next thing is my nonfiction again. This is like a 3-star. This is Come Fly the World, the Jet Age Story of the Women of Pan Am by Julia Cook. So Pan Am was an airline. They're no longer, maybe they joined another one, but they would only fly international flights, but they are an American-based company, or were, and this is just showing that jet age when really the world, the whole world was at your hands. I mean, now it still is, because you can buy a plane ticket to basically anywhere, and this was just all the start of that. And then lastly, we have my ebook, which is Founding Mothers, the women who raised our nation, by Cokie Roberts. This is all about the women related to the founding fathers, those who signed the Declaration of Independence, those people. So it could be their mothers, their wives, their sisters, just any woman that had a connection to those men, because obviously those men, you would not be who they are without these women. So that's everything that I am currently reading this week. I am going to be going to Target later, and I will be doing an ASMR video while I am there. I'm mainly going to be buying groceries. I don't think I have any books on my list, but sometimes I go and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting, and buy it. So we're just gonna have to see if I find anything that intrigues me, but I'm mainly going to be focusing on Halloween decor, because I do have these shelves and some other shelves that they're brand new. So I put these decorations, y'all can see some of them back there, but some of my other shelves don't have decorations on them yet. And regardless, I would be buying Halloween decorations anyway. So I'm mainly going to focus on Halloween decor and groceries. I don't think I need anything like beauty or health related. I can't think of anything, but I do have my list on my phone. But I will update y'all sometime later today. I'm about to get in Matrix for the day, and when I finish reading for the day, I will give y'all my thoughts so far, because I have been taking notes. But I just watched, well, I started last night, and then I watched for an hour, just, that's how I do movies. So, Beetlejuice, the first Beetlejuice movie, and I didn't like it. I didn't hate it, but it just did nothing for me. It was a 2-star. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be just a vibes movie, because, and it's not Tim Burton, because I have liked Tim Burton movies before, but this one just wasn't for me. Like, I liked the aesthetic of the movie, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really care for the story, for the characters, or anything like that. So I probably will not be watching the second movie that came out this year, which I don't have any access to watch that right now, because I don't go to the movie theaters. I just don't like movie theaters. So yeah, I don't think I'll watch that movie, but if y'all think it's better than the first movie, tell me, and maybe I will watch it next year. Because I do have in my planner, so I do need to highlight that I had watched Beetlejuice, because I have my list of movies. I don't think I'll get to all of these movies, but just a general list of movies that I will watch this October, or try to watch. Most of them are rewatches, but I did want to give y'all my thoughts on Beetlejuice. Wasn't a fan, didn't love it, didn't hate it. Whoa, that sun, I am so sorry. I know y'all can't see me. When I was trying to talk to people outside, I cannot see because it's so bright this time of day. But I just got back from Target, and I got really triggered in Target. Okay, so first off, the first thing to get me triggered is there was cookie dough, like the box of cookie dough, sitting in the Halloween decor section. They're just letting food rot. So if you are somebody who like takes a refrigerated item and puts it in another part of the store, you're fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, it just makes me so mad. That triggers me. Okay, and then this part doesn't make me mad. There is not a lot of water bottles left, because people are taking them to the western parts of the state because of the hurricane. So I'm perfectly okay with that, that's fine. But there has been a lot of talk on Facebook about this port strike. The dock workers are on strike, and people panic because people are not educated, and there was no milk. There might have been some, but there was not a lot. And then there was not a single thing of eggs for sale. And I didn't even go to the paper towels, toilet paper. I did not go to that section because I didn't need anything over there. But people are panic buying this stuff, because the eggs and milk, I know, are not going to North Carolina. They're not making that 3-hour drive to where the storm damage is. These are people buying all this, and I was in a line that went all the way back to the dog food section from the self-checkout. People were just buying all this stuff because they're worried, and I'm like, you can literally buy eggs and milk local. We're in a really rural area where there are tons of chickens and cows. I don't understand why people are panicking, and that stuff comes from America anyway. It's not coming off a ship. It just blows my mind. But I did buy a book, and I know y'all probably can't see it that well, but this is, I impulse bought this because I've just been in an ancient world mood, and these chapters are really short, but there's a lot of point of views. My names I have no idea how to pronounce, so this is gonna be scary. But this is Stoneblind by Natalie Haynes. They will fear you and flee you and call you a monster. The only mortal in a family of gods, Medusa is the youngest of the Gorgon sisters. Unlike her siblings, Medusa grows older, experiences change, feels weakness. Her mortal lifespan gives her an urgency that her family will never know. In Stoneblind, classicist Natalie Haynes upends our understanding of this legendary myth, bringing empathy and nuance to one of the earliest stories in which a woman injured by a powerful man is blamed, punished, and monstered for the assault. It's time to give y'all my thoughts on Matrix. So far I got to 55%. I only read 42 pages, but that's just something with my reading that I am taking my time, especially for like these 5-star predictions, because I want to soak up as much as I can with the book. So, and now that I am so close to my reading goal, I know you shouldn't just slow down when you get close, but I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So this has been like 3.5. Now at the 55% mark, I do want to go through my notes with y'all. So this is descriptive, but it's just enough. Like, it's not going to bear you down. And for some reason, when I'm reading this, I want to read it out loud. I did that really for a lot of the first like chapter of the book, but now I'm not reading out loud as much just because that slows down my reading. And there's some words I don't know how to pronounce. And here's just something that I really like. So Eleanor, who's queen, is visiting Marie, and the queen is always like really perfumed and everything because, you know, she's the queen, she's bougie. So, but when she leaves, her perfume scent is still there, and one of the serving girls, Cecily, comes to Marie's chambers and is just like going off on the queen, like she's like, the queen's a terrible person, blah blah blah. And Marie's like, that perfume is still there. It's like the queen is still there, so you need to be quiet because she could be listening to us. These walls, they have ears. And then, yeah, with this story, as I told y'all when I started the vlog, is lacking clarity. We are thrown right into Catholicism, and as somebody who has no experience with Catholicism whatsoever, I'm just so confused with different terms and all of that kind of stuff, and just the, not procedures, but the things that they're going through. I don't know what any of that means, but also our main character Marie is getting thrown into this abbey, getting thrown into this lifestyle. But I mean, she's somebody who was raised Catholic, so there's going to be some understanding rather than somebody who was not raised Catholic. But I understand it could be intentional that we're supposed to feel what the character is feeling, but at the same time, I'm really confused, and that takes away a lot of the reading experience for me. As for the atmosphere is really good. It's dark, desolate, damp, and it is almost gothic. It really reminds me of the early parts of Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which is one of my favorite classics. It just really, I don't know if it's taking place around the same place. I know not time, but like the same location. I'm not sure, but it's just a very like, I know people hate the word moist, but that's like moist, we're in the marshes, that kind of thing. And then this quote on page 74, animals are closer to God, of course. This is because animals have no need of God. And that just really makes you sit there and think about it after you finish this video. And then I like the ideas of our characters, that we are following a nun and following all the other nuns in the abbey, but I'm not connecting with them. We are at Marie's point of view for the majority of the book. We might have a few instances where we're not, but I don't feel a connection towards the character. But one of the things here, the theme that I realized on my second day of reading this book, is the main theme here is womanhood, what it means to be a woman and everything that comes with being a woman, and I think it's doing a great job at doing that. And then I want to talk about the title of the book, so if you think this is spoilery, I'm going to say exit out the video probably, but this is what the title of the book means, and it kind of blew my mind. Okay, so before I saw it was from Eve's taste of forbidden fruit that knowledge came, and with knowledge the ability to understand the perfection of the fruit of Mary's womb, and the gift given to the world. And without the flaw of Eve, there could be no purity of Mary, and without the womb of Eve, which is the house of death, there can be no womb of Mary, which is the house of life. Without the first matrix, there could be no salvatrix, the greatest matrix of all. And when I saw this all clear, the two women stood as one rose up from where they stood in the dead brush of the winter forest, and together they rose up in a slow and shining band of light to the heavens. And just when you think of a matrix, you think of, like, I think that movie in the 90s is really like where you think high tech, you think science fiction. So when I saw that this is a book taking place in the 12th century called Matrix, I was kind of like, is there going to be some sci-fi elements involved? But I mean, so far not. But just the thinking of Eve and Mary and how all that wouldn't exist without each other blew my mind. And then that's something with this book. Some of these parts are really going to make you think a lot and reflect a lot. So I think this is a book that maybe I will like more after I finish it and just have more time to think about it. But right now it's sitting at a 3.5. Last clip of the vlog. So I've read 22 pages in Come Fly the World. The chapters that I read were really about towards the end of the Vietnam War, getting all those babies, orphans. Some of them, they don't even know they were orphans. It was all really confusing because obviously they did not have all the resources and DNA tests and all that we have today. So, but getting all of those kids out of Vietnam to Honolulu, then San Francisco, and then some were being dropped. Oh, I think Hong Kong might have been one of the stops, but some were getting dropped off in those cities along the way, and then I guess some, like in New York. But yeah, so it was getting all those children out of a war zone and to the United States or Hong Kong. So very interesting, very moving and emotional that I never thought of. I only just assumed they were on military flights, and there were some military flights, and some of those flights, one of them on a C-5 Galaxy, I think that's the proper term, but that is, I'm pretty sure, the biggest transport plane that the military has. One of those crashed the day before our Pan Am people had one of those flights, and just, oh, it's awful. It crashed in a rice paddy, and if you don't know about rice, a rice paddy is in water. So when the adults from the plane crash were running out, they were just flipping kids over so their faces wouldn't be down in the water so they wouldn't drown. Just, oh, that's awful. And then just, I can't imagine working this flight where there's nearly 200 children being taken from their home, being taken from everything they know, but obviously they are going to a better place, but it's just, well, it tugs at the heartstrings. But that is all for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it through this whole video, leave a Halloween emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!